Hello, Enid. This is another city update. I am Diana Hernandez, Communications Assistant for the City of Enid, and with me is City Assistant Manager Scott Morris. Scott, it's so good to have you on.
Glad to be on. Glad to be on. It's a beautiful day outside.
It is. Now, how about that ice storm? How did you weather that last week?
Oh, I had 4 pecan trees, and I had trimmed and cut 2 of them down in the summer, and I lost my favorite one, so it's a gone. It's a goner. It's piled up at the curb with everyone else's trees waiting for the city to come pick it up. So about that, we realize that a lot of people are in the same situation, and a lot of people have tree limbs that are out. They're wondering when they're going to be picked up. We're going to try to get to them as fast as we can. It's a huge undertaking. We have actually we're in process of setting up 2 separate transfer zones where people can bring their limbs instead of having to go all the way out to the landfill. So we should have those ready to go by tomorrow. I don't want to give the address out today. There are a few hoops we had to jump through to make it happen. One of them, we actually had to have an ODEQ inspector come out to both of the sites and inspect them. We have one chipper on site and another one from Colorado coming in, so we can have a large wood chippers on these sites. And so that's happening. That'll be exciting for people to have a place to bring it to tomorrow. You will not be required to have a utility bill or display any type of utility bill information. You can just come in and drop your limbs. We will not be accepting any trash. And so residents from North Enid, you're welcome to come use the pile, the transfer locations, and we'll chip that brush and then haul it off to the landfill. So that's happening. Speaking of the landfill hours have changed back to our winter schedule. And so that is 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then 8 to 12, 8 to 4 on Saturday. So we will be open on Saturday. We're not going to be open on Sunday this coming Sunday, but look for another press release. We are considering opening up the landfill on Sundays for the rest of the month, but again, not this coming Sunday. We will not be prepared at that point for that. So we're doing a lot of different things to try to get the brush all picked up. There have been a lot of CClickFix people using that app to notify where their pile is. We already have well over 800 reports of where limbs are to come pick up, so we're starting to work those piles right now in some of the hardest hit areas. So if you have your pile to the curb, go ahead and report it. If we see your pile out on the curb and we're picking up something else in the area, we'll probably just go ahead and pick it up anyway. But if you've got a pile, go ahead and put that out on CClickFix, and we'll get it picked up. It could take some time, and we are looking into hiring another contractor to help us out with that. Like I mentioned last week, we do have 3 grapple trucks, and we're purchasing a 4th. And we may be trying to pick up more piles using other types of equipment, but we're going to be working hard. We're probably going to be working Saturdays and some extra overtime to try to get it knocked out as soon as we can. So please be patient with us. And like I said, if you really want those limbs off of your property, we're going to have the landfill plus 2 other locations where you can come and get your limbs off of your property and go take them to one of those places. And we'll have those addresses for you tomorrow.
And I do want to mention something, that there are different ways to request tree debris pickup, and it's going to be through cityclickfix.com. It's online, or the CClickFix mobile app. And a lot of people are using that. Like you said, there's over 800 requests through CClickFix, and it's pretty dandy. There you see it on the screen there. So that is the press release that we did send. We sent out the 28th of October last week, and now the tree debris pickup does start today, November the 2nd. However, you have until this Friday, November the 6th, to request those tree debris pickups. So get that requested. You can also call the City of Enid, 580-616-7300 or 580-616-7301. So get your request in. Anything else that you want to share?
Yeah, I was going to just mention, I think people, according to our solid waste supervisor, people have been doing a pretty good job of stacking their limbs out on the curb and putting it where our trucks can get to. But there are some places that we want to avoid when we're putting our limbs out. We have had several calls about people piling their limbs on a corner and blocking sight so that people trying to maneuver that corner can't see. Right. And so we have a little clip here that I'd like to play that we recorded back in July, but it goes back and says again, you know, what are the best tips on how you can put your brush out and it to be picked up successfully. So let's go ahead and watch this clip.
Enid north of Chestnut.
How you doing? This is Tim Stevens with the City of Enid Solid Waste Department, and today I wanted to kind of show you an example of what not to do when you have a bulk pickup scheduled. As you can see, this is going to create some big problems for us trying to get these limbs picked up. It's going to be a big major safety issue operating around the fire hydrant, the trees. Another thing I wanted to touch on is the height clearances. When you do bring your bulk piles out, if you can make sure that we're not going to be underneath power lines, 10 foot away from any obstacles, and also if you don't mix in trash.
If you have more limbs that need to be picked up, we don't want to forget about you, so please use the CClickFix app or call us at 580-616-7300. Thank you for your patience, and again, we have been working very hard to make sure that our limbs are picked up. If you need anything additionally, please email me at smorris@enid.org. Thank you.
That was a really good video, by the way.
Well, thank you.
All right, now for individuals who are still without power, now are there individuals still without power?
Well, there is an OGNE.com website that shows there still may be around 150 people in the Enid area that do not have power. So I assume that if you don't have power, OGNE knows about it. If you have not called it in and you are without power, there are a couple of different ways you can report that outage. We've covered this a few times, but on the OGE.com website, there's a place to click and report your outage. There's also a 1-800 number that OGNE has that you can report your power outage that way. So
okay,
check it out. Click on the link or give them a call and they'll come get to you. But that's a big jump from, we were at 6,200 earlier and now we're down to only 150. So OGNE, great job for you guys, our friends in the orange trucks. Thanks once again.
Absolutely. You guys have definitely worked overtime and sure do deserve the kudos and the shout out. All right, so the city set to winterize park facilities. Now this was a press release was sent out last week. Now was it able to be done before the ice storm or did it get stuck?
I am not sure what the park department has done to winterize the parks, but I do know what they were talking about is, you know, when we get to these colder temperatures, we need to go ahead and shut a lot of these restrooms down. And so I know the Cleveland Trailhead will remain open because that bathroom is heated. And I believe they have plans to have porta potties at a few other parks. Do you know what parks that they might have porta potties at soon?
I do. Now, if you look at your screen, the press release was sent out last week. Now, the porta potties are going to be at a couple of our parks, which is going to be Meadow Lake Park, Government Springs Park, Champlain Park, and also Crossland Park. So people are more than welcome to go to the park. However, plan accordingly, especially if you have children. The parks mentioned do have porta potties, and at the crosswalk, at the Cleveland Crosswalk, will be open because it's a heated restroom. So. Great. Thank you, Scott, for that.
You bet.
All right, project updates. So really neat thing going on at Kellett Park. Now, Kellett Park is a baseball park that the City of Enid kind of keeps in good condition. The project to improve the ball field lighting in Kellett Park is nearing completion. The project involves bringing the main power through underground wiring for all park areas and the installation of new ball field lights to the south fields. Now, do you know a projected time when that would be done?
I do know this has been a multi-year process for Kellett Park. I believe they already completed a big project last year and have a portion of the ballpark with new lights, and this is going to get another portion of it done with new lights. And I believe it might even be in the budget again in next year's budget to do a little bit more with the park. And so we just are continuing to improve upon Kellett Ballpark. I know it's been a long time, but I've played some softball games there, and there's a lot of people in the community that's their place, and that's where they love to go and play softball, and it's a good place to have, and we just want to continue making improvements on it. And I really don't have an answer for you as to when that project will be complete, but I know it's getting close to the end of it, so hopefully very soon they'll have that done.
Awesome, thank you. Now another question that I have for you, Scott, do you ice skate?
Do I ice skate? It has been a long time since I've been ice skating. I do love to snow ski, but not the same.
No.
But I am looking forward to November 20th when the downtown ice skating rink will be open. That is going to be amazing. I think it'll be a good opportunity for families and for just individuals and couples just to get out there and enjoy being outside and enjoy downtown Enid, you know, and enjoy sipping on a cup of hot cocoa, and just the environment of being downtown in the holidays is going to be great. I know I'm looking forward to taking my family there, and I know they plan on also being open whenever holiday Enid Lights Up the Plains happens at the end of November. That'll be a great place to watch the fireworks out on the ice skating rink.
I know, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Light Up the Plains on the ice rink. It's going to be really excited, so I am looking forward to that. Now, do you skateboard?
I have not skateboarded in a long time. So no, I will not be at the new skate park. That would be bad for my health bills. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a great park. My son, who's a senior at Enid High, he likes to skate, and I'm sure he'll get out there and enjoy it.
Now, now remind me the projected time of the completion of the skate park.
They're still looking at December 4th as
Okay.
a completed time for the Enid skate park.
Awesome. Now, we did mention that CClickFix had received over 800 requests on the app for tree debris pickup, and so you guys are encouraged to use this dandy app. It is in your pocket, it's right in your phone, it's quick and it's efficient, and it goes directly to the designated department. Not only can you request tree debris pickup, but you can also request a variety of things and make reports, such as stray animals, or request a ride from Enid Transit. So it's a really neat feature, and it pinpoints your location. You can add a picture to kind of facilitate the other party who's receiving it. So make sure you use it, because it's a really dandy app and it helps everyone in the community to work together. And next, it's going to be our department updates. And so I'd like to always give out shout outs and kudos to the awesome individuals working behind the scenes day in and day out here at the City of Enid. First one's going to be the engineering department. They have submitted 90% design plans for the intersection of Grand Avenue and Owen K. Garriott. These improvements include relocation of signal poles and the upgrade of signal heads to the current standards. This will also require the improvement of the intersection sidewalks and pedestrian crossing accessibility standards. Now, I had a question. I don't know, you may know this, you may not, but will it connect the trails? Will it somehow connect the trails? I know it's trying to get downtown, but I don't know if it has anything to do with this intersection.
So this intersection's been needing to be redone for a long time. Where the poles are not very convenient,
Right.
and the curbing along is deteriorated really bad, and so it's going to be nice to have that intersection redone. Now, currently, how we get our trail system from the trail system over by Selby Stadium to the Broadway trail system, we have a map on the trail system that goes near Enid High School, and then it goes in between our admin building and the Enid Police Department, and then there's that signalized crossing that goes right across in between the police and the fire station. That's the current way, and then we've redone several blocks of sidewalk to get from that location over to Independence, and then from Independence going north over to Broadway. And so that is the way it's set up right now. There could be some future plans to get the trail through that grand intersection, but that intersection really wasn't designed with that trail system in mind as of right now. But we could be moving that way in the future.
Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, and more kudos to the awesome departments here at the City of Enid. First one I want to shout out to is Stormwater and Roadway Maintenance. Now, this was a collaborative effort from these individuals. Crews removing debris from roadway after the ice storm. That was a big job, and they did really great. I remember someone coming in here yesterday from Visit Enid. He said, yeah, I used CClickFix for the very first time. I thought there was a big tree in the middle of the road. I never used the app. I CClickFixed it. In 2 hours, that tree was gone. So the City of Enid did that. So good job to you guys. Now, if you scroll down a little bit lower, you'll see Parks and Recreation working with stormwater and roadway maintenance, crews assisting with storm cleanup around Enid. And if we scroll down a little bit more, you can see crews preparing installation of new traffic cabinet at Chestnut Avenue and Oakwood Road intersection. This is technical services, and I know that they were working very hard because of the ice storm too.
That intersection had been a problem for a while, that traffic cabinet, so finally we got the new one in, and getting that started up. And yeah, pretty much like you were showing, just about everybody, all hands on deck to get the limbs off of the street last week. So great job to City of Enid crews for doing that. It pretty well took most of the week last week just to get limbs out of the street so people can get to work and get to where they're going. So great job to everybody for that.
That's right. Good job. All right, and a little bit lower, you'll see fleet management. They are crews repairing a chairlift at the EPTA bus. So thank you, fleet management, for that. And a little bit lower, you'll see solid waste services and solid waste picking up trash en route. I think we take for granted a lot of the things that they do. So thank you so much, solid waste, for all that you do, because it is extensive work for sure. A little bit lower, water production team turning water off while inspecting leak at Flusher. Thank you, water productions team. And a little bit lower, utility maintenance team repairing water main on East Oklahoma. And every time I see them, it's just really neat because they get down and dirty and they take care of the residents. So.
Unfortunately, a lot of these water main breaks do not happen when the temperature is a nice 70 degrees, bright and sunny outside. So these guys there were several main breaks that happened right in the middle of this ice storm, and so these guys are out there working with water out in the cold, getting it fixed. And so great job. You know, people rarely see these pictures. People rarely know that this type of work is going on every day, but it is, and we've got people that are willing to do it, and they do a great job, and we're proud of them with working for the City of Enid.
Absolutely, absolutely proud of them. And the last picture here you see is utility maintenance crews repairing a service line on Highland. So thank you very much, everyone who works behind the scenes, making Enid push through as efficiently as possible. So thank you so much, departments that work behind the scenes.
I agree.
All right, so now let's go into the upcoming commission meetings. Do you have the agenda, or what it is on the agenda for the study session?
All right, well, tomorrow, November 3rd at 5 o'clock, we'll have a study session, and it will be at our council chambers at the administration building. We've been doing a lot of these meetings at the Stride Bank Center, and this one, because of a notice that was out for a hearing on a property rezoning, it's going to be at the council chambers, and so this one will be at our council chambers, 5 o'clock. And what's on the study session is an update on some city finances and CARES funding, a proposed revision to a planned unit development ordinance. We talked about that a little bit last time, but it's just a way where if somebody wants to put a lot of tiny houses, or something that normally doesn't go in a place, they can use this PUD ordinance to talk about what they want to do, and we can approve we can get things approved that way for projects, so it makes it easier. And then we're going to be talking about the ice storm cleanup. One of the things we'll be talking about there is all of the money that gets spent to do this. So all these chippers coming in from Colorado, the overtime work, I mean, all of these things add up to a lot of money. And hopefully we can get some federal assistance on our cleanup effort, but we'll be talking about that. And the city manager has emergency spending up to a certain dollar amount, and then after that the mayor and commissioners have to approve it. So they'll be talking about some of that as well, to make sure we can get things done and the mayor and commissioners are kept up to speed and can approve anything over a certain dollar amount. So they'll be talking about that. And that's pretty much it for study session. It shouldn't be too long of a study session. And then at 6:30 we'll go into our regular meeting and do our regular agenda. And there isn't really that much stuff on our regular agenda other than our consent items. So some of the things that are on there that are not consent, we've got a hearing and an ordinance consideration for a rezoning at 317 East Cornell from R3 to C3. So that's going out there. If people wanted to sign up to talk about that, they can sign up and talk about that. And then under item 7.1, like I was talking about with those emergency repairs, this was our last emergency that we had, the 30-inch pipeline that's almost 70 years old, coming into Enid, feeding most of our water supply. We had a repair on that, and that was a very expensive repair. And so that's a resolution for emergency purchases on that project. And then after that we have consent items, and one of those consent items I wanted to bring up that I talked about last time is consent item 8.2. So there will be an election for Ward 3, Ward 4, and Ward 6. So if you're interested in being a city commissioner and running for that, the deadline is December the 9th, and the vote will be on February the 9th of 2021. And there, at this point, if you were wondering about Zone 3 and the recall for Ben Ezell, that is not listed on this as of yet. There are still some things to be determined on that, so that is what's going on with the election. And that's pretty well it for the. There are some claims and things like that to be approved. That's it for the council meeting tomorrow night.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. I know that's a lot of information that you just covered there, so I do appreciate it. So now for the COVID-19 numbers. And first we're going to start off with the numbers in Garfield County and then here for the city of Enid. Total confirmed cases of COVID-19 for Garfield County is 2,558. Deaths related to COVID-19 in Garfield County is 29. Recovered from COVID-19 in Garfield County is 2,214. And now for Enid, active cases. Active cases for COVID-19 in Garfield County is 315 for Garfield County. Total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Enid is 2,345. Deaths related to COVID-19 in Enid is 29. Recovered from COVID-19 in Enid is 2,023, and active cases for Enid is 293. Do you have any closing comments before we head out?
Well, I do. I have been looking at this every day, and we track especially the active cases in Enid every day, and it has been at the 300 mark. Pretty well all of last week it was less than 300, and so we love to see that number going down. I hope it continues to go down. We all want to see that to happen, and I know all of us are on pins and needles every week. We're on Friday afternoons, we're going, all right, are we going to have school next week? And luckily we have been able to do that. So I think we just keep doing what we've always been doing, and maybe we can ride this thing out. Maybe we can put it into it.
I agree. All right, it's going to be a very collaborative team effort, but we can do it. We can do it. So thank you, Enid, for watching. This was another city update. Please join us same time, same place next Monday at 1:30. And you guys have a safe week.
And don't forget to vote tomorrow. Tomorrow is election day.
That's right. Thanks.